Baltimore City Inspector General just released the findings of an investigation that shows the city overpaid sheriff's deputies by more than $2 million. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is here to explain where the money went. The city cannot afford to lose $2 million. That's huge.
Yeah, Denise, is a lot of money. We'll try to walk you through it. So this started in November 2023, lasted until February of last year, so about a year ago. And basically the sheriff ordered that all of his deputies put an extra code in their payroll when they were filling out their timesheets that gave them an extra $15 an hour. He says this was perfectly legal, that it was vetted, and it was designed to give them extra money when they worked with city police on providing security and for special events, but he said they needed to do it for all of the hours that they worked. Now, what the sheriff didn't know was that the code was actually faulty, and so instead of $15, they were getting triple that. And the Inspector General says it cost the city more than $2.3 million. The city hasn't been able to get any of the money yet. Today, we did speak to the Inspector General, and here's what she had to say.
He told them to use that for their entire day.
So every hour?
Every hour.
Got extra $15 an hour?
Yes.
Should he have been doing that?
That's the million-dollar question, and that's actually in front of an arbitration hearing right now.
So he told them to use this code to get more money because he believed that they were due an increased pay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the sheriff did talk to us today. So he was in Annapolis testifying, but he talked to me on the phone, and he says all of this was perfectly legal. He did say, you know, yes, the overpayment shouldn't have happened, but he never knew about any overpayment in this case. But he believes this was the best way to get his deputies, who he says work very hard, the extra pay that he believes they're due. The Inspector General says with the $15, it would give them roughly $31,000 a year in extra salary. So here's what the sheriff told us when we talked to him earlier today.
There was a contract that was signed before I came into office with the previous administration that allowed them to get a $15 an hour bonus if they were doing police work. And since I've come into office, that's all they do now is police work. And so they're entitled to that bonus. And we ran it through our legal counsel that they were entitled to that, and we got an okay to implement it.
And he believes that he did nothing wrong by giving them this code and telling them to use it.
And he was cooperative in the investigation. And Denise, what he's also saying is that after the city stopped this faulty pay code, that his deputies aren't even getting the extra $15 an hour. So he now believes there are cases where the city actually owes some of his deputies money for that extra $15 an hour. So that is all still in arbitration right now.
So how did this get flagged? How did the Inspector General decide to look into this and find out?
Well, the Inspector General works off tips. So it was a tip that came into her office. And the city's finance department actually started seeing all this money go out more and more and more and more. So it was increasing. So that's why a year ago, they actually flagged the faulty pay code. And then she started looking into this, and she got responses from, you know, the sheriff. As I said, he cooperated. He was interviewed by her investigators, and the city solicitor as well. The city solicitor does say that that order went out after there was contact with the mayor's office, and the mayor said he wasn't authorized to give the deputies a pay increase.
Well, somebody's going to have to straighten this out.
Yes, Denise.
Because they think they're owed money and they think they owe money. All right, very interesting. Thank you, Mike. And if you have a story you would like our WJZ Investigates team to look into, email newsroom@wjz.com. Derek.